Worried about your drinking? Reserve your place on today's free Quit Drinking webinar and get a copy of my best-selling book, Alcohol Lied to Me, as a gift just for turning up. www.stopdrinkingexpert.com. Hey, how you doing, sober folks? This is Craig Beck, the author of Alcohol Lied to Me and the creator of Stop Drinking Expert, a website that has helped hundreds of thousands of people to quit drinking over the years. And it's the 5th of January, so I thought I'd just jump in with a bonus edition of the YouTube channel videos and talk about dry January that some of you might be 5 days into. Some of you might have already failed. And I just want to talk about why dry January is not what it appears, why the drinks companies actually like it, which might sound strange. Why would the alcohol producing companies enjoy and endorse a month of people not drinking their product? So let's talk about that because it's quite a fascinating dive into human psychology, actually, dry January. So New Year's resolutions, famously good intentions that very rarely work out. 1st of January, you say, right, I'm giving up smoking, I'm quitting drinking, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to do this, I'm going to concentrate on my career. And it hardly ever works. I mean, I don't know what the stats are, but I wouldn't be surprised if 90% of New Year's resolutions fail. And that would be an optimistic guess. By the way, sorry if there's any background noise. They're laying concrete out outside the office at the moment. So you woke up on New Year's Day, 2025. You had Christmas and the New Year's Eve full of alcohol. Maybe you've woken up with some regrets, some embarrassment, some shame from what alcohol made you do. Maybe you're just thinking, that's it, I've had enough, I'm sick of feeling like this, I want to take action. And so you make a New Year's resolution, you think, right, I'm going to do dry January this year because it's too scary to commit to quit drinking. It's too scary to say, that's it, I'll finish with alcohol. But I can do dry January and tell everyone I'm doing dry January. Then at least I've got a get out clause. At least at the end of the month, I can say, yeah, I did it. And now I've gone back to normal. So it's kind of a half-hearted attempt to deal with the problem. So why did the drinks companies encourage people to do it? Why are they not scared of it? Why do they not run advertising trying to dissuade you from doing dry January? And here's the answer. Because dry January is often the moment when people realize that they can't actually quit anytime they like. For years, sometimes decades, problem drinkers have been telling themselves, I can quit anytime I want. I just don't want to. I'm in full control. I can take or leave or drink if I want to. It's just that I've not wanted to. And so they get to dry January and they say, right, I'm not drinking anymore. And they discover it's not quite as simple and as easy as they thought. They struggle and they have to white knuckle it. And they get like a week in and they break and they drink. And now panic sets in because they couldn't even do a week of dry January. So for decades, they've been saying, I'm in total control. I'm in control of this drug. Anytime I want, I can stop, I can stop. And then they find out with a big slap around the chops that they can't. And they're not in control. And what the human brain hates more than anything is a lack of control, chaos. It has this default setting to apply order to chaos. It wants to put things in neat little boxes. It doesn't like things spilt all over the floor and out of control. And so the problem drinker, having failed to do dry January, starts to ruminate, starts to think about why he failed or why she failed. And they start to get stressed. They start to get panicked, they start to get worried. They start to think about this as a problem rather than something they know it's an issue, but we'll deal with it at some point. Now they've tried to deal with it and they can't. It's a real problem. They start to stress. They start to worry. Now, here's the key point. What do problem drinkers do when they're stressed and worried? They drink. It is their go-to solution because they have been taught for decades that the solution to stress, the solution to any negative state of mind is to drink the anesthetic, drink the pretty poison, and your problems go away. So this is why the drinks companies actually like dry January. Because while their sales may dip for a week or 2 weeks, what dry January does is it creates a whole new breed of conscious problem drinkers. Drinkers that were before heavy drinkers but were unaware that they had a problem suddenly become aware that they have a problem. And they stress and they worry and they watch YouTube videos about it and they search on Google, how much is too much? How much can you drink? And blah, blah, blah. And when people start to bring this problem to the front of their mind, it creates more anxiety. More anxiety creates more alcohol use, and the spiral starts to accelerate. So these heavy drinkers now rapidly increase their alcohol consumption because they're thinking and worrying about it more. So why wouldn't the alcohol companies love dry January? It takes the good intentions of their customers who they're trying to kill and accelerates their drinking behavior. I mean, it's genius. If they could pay for this facility, they absolutely would spend billions on it, but they don't have to, because every year, 1st of January comes around and a lot of people say, well, that's it, I'm doing dry January, and the spiral goes down. So look, I don't want to dishearten you. If you're doing dry January right now, then carry on. But I want you to understand that dry January is not a solution to the problem. It is at best an experiment. It's a psychological experiment. How do you feel without alcohol in your life? And the chances are, if you've been drinking for a long time, you feel the kick. Now, the kick from alcohol is the way the drug physically makes you feel and manipulates you to drink more. Now, the good thing about alcohol and the bad thing is that the kick is very mild. The kick it's kind of a low-grade anxiety feeling. It's like a jittery sensation. You know that you vocalize it like this. You come home from work, you just feel a bit on edge, you feel a bit irritated, and you vocalize it as, I could do with a drink. And the problem is you mislabel that. We all mislabel that. And it's not, I could do with a drink. It's, I've got alcohol withdrawal. But we don't label it as that. We miss that bit out and we go, well, the solution to this is to drink more alcohol. And you drink alcohol and the jittery, anxious feeling goes away. And so problem solved, right? You used the correct solution to the problem. Wrong. All you did was set up the next day's jittery, I could do with a drink sensation. And this is how alcohol becomes a loop, because the last drink sets up the next drink. It's a chain. And unless you break the chain consciously, understanding that you are in a chain, it will go on forever until you die, which, of course, as we know, will be significantly earlier than you were supposed to. So what do you do? What's the alternative to dry January? The alternative is to not use fads or gimmicks or, crazy marketing slogans. It is to get fascinated by this drug and start to understand how it plays the game. Because until you learn how the game is played, you can't beat it. And it's very good at playing the game. It knows exactly what you're thinking. It knows what you're scared of. It knows what you're afraid of. It knows what you love, what you're passionate about. It knows all your dark and dirty secrets. It can manipulate you like a master. So first you've got to learn how the game is played. And then you've got to choose not to play the game anymore. And that's what my course does. That's what it teaches you, how to not play the game anymore. That's the only way you win, by the way. You can't play the game and win. You can't play the game and beat alcohol. You can try, but you'll fail. The only way you win is to stop playing. Need more information? Go to the website. Loads of articles over there, loads of free blogs and videos, and you can join the webinar today and get a free copy of my book, Alcohol Lied to Me, as a gift just for turning up. Thanks a lot and have an amazing January, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye. Worried about your drinking? Reserve your place on today's free Quit Drinking webinar and get a copy of my best-selling book, Alcohol Lied to Me, as a gift just for turning up. www.stopdrinkingexpert.com